This is the interface for the system. We need to log in as your the username is your employee number. The password will be shared from the IT. The link will be shared from the HR. You need to put your username and the password. After that, you become as login. This is the main screen. Will be see it is my approval. Is there any transaction you need to be approved? It will be showing in this list. As employees, there's no transaction. I just only request for the transactions, but the employee or the direct manager or the supervisor or whatever, they will see the transaction will be showing here. Sample, he will click on it, and there's two buttons: approve or reject. Okay. My information, general information, I can be go to the employee, my employee records. If I'm manager, I will see my all list for the employees who I access on it. If I'm single employee, I will see my employee, my my information only. If I click on it, this is the main information for the employee number, first name, last name, titles, anything that related for the general information will be showing here. If I'm employee assigned for the accommodation, I will see it under the accommodation room. This is the accommodation room. If I want to check my general personal information, my birthday, my single, married, region, whatever, it will be showing here. If I have dependents, I will see it under the dependents. If any missing information here, you can check with HR. They will add it and upload it to the system. If there's a task you needed to approve it or you need to add attach for it, I can go to the task, my task. This task will be appear related to that for you, and if you want to make an attach or a comment, it will be showing here. Behind it, there's a button is completed button, and this is the date for the period, if it's delay or not. It's how many days you needed to be approved on this transaction. This is under the my task. Contact info. If you have contact information, you can check your work address. This is your mail address. The system will be send notification email for this email. If there's a qualification or for educational certification, if this data will be updated on the system, you can check this here the data. For the transaction, I can request vacation, return from vacation, and official letter. Vacation request, I can request the vacation, unpaid vacation. If I want to check my all transactions, if I have money, I can see it from here. It will be showing, and the status for it, it's pending, approve or reject, will be showing here. The same thing about the return from vacation and the official letter. For example, I want to request a vacation. Basic, I click on add. The system automatically will be showing my number, the type of the vacation I needed to request it, the date I need to restart my vacation, and retain the vacations. If I requested, let's say from 10, the system will give me a message, this date is greater than this date. I won't need to change it. Let's say I want to take a vacation tomorrow, this one day. When I click on save, the system will be check. It should be before than 30 days. So it cannot be requested the unpaid vacation before 30 days. Okay? This is the request for vacation. When the vacation is requested and will be approved, after you take the vacation and return back, you need to go to the system and make return from vacation. To make the return from vacation, I want to go to transaction, vacation, return from vacation. It will be appear here. So by click on it, you need to add the actual return date. Based the actual return date, the system will be resume your salaries and go through the payroll. Because the transaction is pending, so nothing will be showing here. When be approved, will be showing here. Under the transaction, the same thing. The transaction is showing here. The same the transaction under the employee. The same thing. The transaction here. The same the transaction here. Okay, but if I want to check multiple transactions or whatever, you can check here. If I have history, I will be showing here. I want to see this transaction is pending or approve or rejected, which the guy is pending on it or approve or rejected. By click on this tab, I can see the transaction is pending to, and what the status for the transaction. After the muad will be approved, it will be going through to the next person to be approved or rejected, and this is the cycle for the transactions. The same thing about the official letter. We need to explain the asset transaction. Asset transaction, as we see before, I want to request an asset based on my title. There's a category assigned for this title. It will be showing here. Let's say I want to request share. I want it from 1st of February. Then I click on add, and then I click on save. This the transaction will be going through the ESS cycle. So you go to the asset controller, then the warehouse controller. They will assign your assets for it. Let's say I want to finish this asset. I want to return back for by click on it. By click on add, I want to return for the asset, return this asset. I click take asset from employee. I want to return it based on the transaction that be approved for your asset. When you click on the take transaction, it will be showing here the category that we assign for you. Okay, click on it. The system will be hide this date, and this will be available to choose what the date will return this asset. You need to choose, add the time for it, and then you click on add and save. It will be going through the same workflow. You should be go to the asset controller, then the warehouse controller to take from asset from you. This is the transactions. I make multiple transactions. I want to check what the transaction I make it for by click on self-service my transaction. This is your own transaction, will be showing all the transaction related for you will be showing here. By click on the show under the approval history, will be showing this transaction is pending for where this the spending from the Ibrahim, and then you go to Sam. After that we'll go to the Muhammad. This is the asset transaction, and the same thing here. When you click on it, we can see was the approval for it. For the official letter, it will going directly for the HR person. By the vacation, we'll be going through the workflow, what we defined, supervisor, PMO, division, whatever. Then it will go to HR manager. Last, I want to check my salary slip. I want to see it, my salary slip. I go to the report, salary slip. I can choose the month, what I want to check my salary slip, and then I click show report. Will be showing here my salary slip for it. If I want this salary to send it by mail, by click on this button, send salary slip to by mail, the system automatically will send your salary to your mail. Under my employee, there's my survey, my announcement, my task. My survey, they can modify multiple types of survey. Let's say there's one of type that we have defined it yesterday about contract renewal. Let's say the HR want to check this employee or this technician if he needed to make a new contract or not. They can request it for your as best survey if you want to contract renewal, yes or no. There's two buttons. You can select yes or no. After that, the HR will do the new contract or make the termination transaction for you. They multiple options for the survey. One of them, they can use it for the contract renewal. As said Mustafa, there's multiple things you can make survey for. What's the type? Evaluation, let's say. Anything. They can request it as survey, and the type will be showing here. The name for the survey. My announcement, you can HR or PMO or anybody wanted to send message for you. You can check it in my announcement. And my task, the same thing in your task list will be showing here in my task. The task for you, what is it, and the note if you can add, you need add note, you can add note, and there's a button will be showing as completed. Because this is your task, you need to complete this task, and what's the date for it, and what's the completion date for it, and to complete or not. When you click on complete, the system will be hidden to be completed, and you can check your task is not completed or completed, and what the time for your transaction, and you can search by the name of the task for vacation, for termination, for whatever you want. You can search it here. Clear?